Hi, I'm Malika and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make aubergine or eggplant meat stew. It's traditionally called braniya in Algeria, and it's a traditional recipe handed down from my grandma to me. So I've got several ingredients that I wanted to show you. Okay, so the spices that we use is caraway, and that's 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of paprika. It can be smoked or it could be normal. Pepper, half a tablespoon of pepper. Half a spoon of caraway to garnish. 1 spoon of salt. 2 eggplants or aubergine. 1 onion that is blended. 100 grams of chickpeas. 1 tomato. 1 cup of oil. 6 tablespoons of oil. 6 garlic cloves. 2 liters of water and 1 tablespoon of salt is mixed here. 75 milliliters of stock, of chicken stock. This is optional. You can just use water if you don't have stock. 150 grams of lamb or goat. You can use lamb or goat. You don't have to have 750 grams. You can just use 1 portion or 2 portions. 250, 500, it doesn't matter. But if you've got guests coming over, if you want to cook for 4 or 5 people, then this 750 grams is enough. This is the ingredients to make braniya. So now we're going to be preparing the braniya. I'm going to be cooking in this pot. You can use any cast iron dish. You can use a pressure cooker. You can use whatever you want. But I'm going to use this because everybody might have a cast iron dish or a dish or a cooking dish to cook with. The pot on heat. We're going to first add the oil, 6 tablespoons of oil. Then we're going to add the onions. We're going to add the garlic. Okay. And we're going to add the meat. It's tender. It's we're going to cook until the meat is brown and the onions get cooked. So now we're just going to wait. I flipped the meat in the dish. So we're going to flip the meat so that it gets nice and brown on the top. You can see now it's starting to get brown. So now we can add the other ingredients. It doesn't have to be golden, it just needs to be a bit soft. The onions need to be a bit soft. Okay, now we're going to add the stock and we're going to add the spices. This is 7 cups of stock or 1 litre 75 of stock. This stock is optional, you can just use water. Okay, so now we're going to add the chickpeas. This is the caraway. We're going to add the paprika. We're going to add the salt and we leave it whole to add. So now I'm going to cut the eggplant or the aubergine. You get a potato peeler, then you start peeling from top to bottom all around the eggplant. So it's like this. Then you do another strip like this. And then this is for decoration purposes and also to not just have the peel that's a bit hard on it, so it gets a mixture of flavour. So here, can you see it's decorated now? Okay, so now we're going to cut the aubergine. I would advise to cut it into about 1 centimetre thick, and then once you finish you put it in the water, the 2 litres of water and 1 tablespoon of salt. So this is how you cut it, about 1 centimetre. Okay, so now that we reached the end, I would say about 5 centimetres. You leave it like this and then you split it in half. And then you split it here. And these parts of the braniya go in the stew, not in the oven. They're called broomsticks in Algerian. You put them all around the plate, so it gets quite very nicely decorated. So now we leave this for half an hour and then we drain it and then put them in the oven. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now we're going to strain the water, the aubergines from the water and the salt. Drain it like this and let it dry a bit like this. Let the aubergines drain so they get a bit dry. So now we get a tray, an oven tray. We put baking paper on it, and we're going to put the aubergines one by one. Then you brush it lightly on top of the aubergines. So you keep on brushing them until every one is done. This is just, this is very good. It's not a lot. Traditionally, the eggplants, they're fried. But this is my method that I made so that it's not as oily. This is what I do. So you have got the option if you want to fry the aubergines on the top and not on top or the bottom, or you put them in the oven like I'm doing now. Now we're going to put this in the oven. After an hour of cooking, the eggplants are nice and brown. That's why some of them are a bit overcooked, but it's really nice. Now what we do now, when the sauce is cooked, the meat is cooked, after an hour and a half, after 2 hours of checking it, we're going to see what it looks like, the meat, when it's ready, when it's ready cooked. But now we need to just wait for the meat to cook in the pot. So now we're going to take off the lid and bits of the eggplant inside the stew. And then let it cook without the lid. Okay. So now, after 40 minutes up to an hour, the eggplant is done. We can just wait till it cools down, and after 2.5 hours of cooking, the meat is tender. You put the knife on the meat, and then you just see if it slides in, it means that it's cooked. So now we can just turn it off. And then what we do is we put the remaining of the eggplant inside the stew. And I'm going to put it inside here. Then I'm going to take this eggplant off and put it inside the stew too. Okay, so I'm just picking this up with this and putting it inside the stew. Now what we're going to do, we're going to leave the braniya. I like it when it's dunked into the sauce. We're going to leave the braniya and put it on to simmer. It's already cooked. You just want the eggplant to give the sauce a nice flavour. So we're going to simmer the eggplant for another 15 minutes. So I'm going to put it on to simmer. To simmer, you reduce the heat, then you let it cook without the lid. Can you see? This looks delicious already. After 15 minutes, we're going to serve. Now we're going to plate the braniya, or the aubergines. Here's a piece of meat. Put the meat in the middle. And then you put the eggplant on top. All around. Then you add some chickpeas. Then you add some sauce. And it's ready. Okay. So we've plated it now. We just need to add a tiny bit of caraway. To Selma, and she's going to be tasting my dish for me. I'm going to give her a piece of bread and she's going to dunk it inside and eat it and then rate it.
Okay, let's dig in.
Let's dig in.
It's alright. I kind of like it.
Okay, have a bit
it's
more.
Good. It's hot, but it's delicious. Out of 10. 10 out of 10. Kind of like it.
Thank you.